Welcome back. Well, a few stocks actually have moved to the low point of the day, and that explains why after moving up to around 60-70 points in the last hour or so, we're back down to just a 10-point gain. But it's that time of the day when we tell you what's going on D-Street Chatter. Nimesh joins us to fill us in with what he's picking up. Nimesh, after a while, some bit of a cool-off, but who's complaining? Some consolidation is par for the course.
Oh, by far the par. Actually, it's been a day of consolidation, but clearly, from a flow perspective, Nigel, I guess today's a day of much better buying. So that's the overall feedback from the FID. In fact, there's going to be a small MOC basket buying as well in some select stocks in the last 30 minutes. So that's something from a flow perspective. Even the mid-cap index, well, the index is down 1%. Even in the broader markets, the feedback is there is buying interest. In fact, for a change now, today there is reportedly buying in select small caps and micro cap stocks as well. I'll cover some of those names in D-Street Chatter, but broadly, that's the sense from a flow perspective. Again, the sector of late has clearly been the PSUs. While some of the PSU stocks have seen some bit of profit booking, there is still buying interest at large from large institutions in the PSU basket as well. So clearly, Nigel, it looks like a day of consolidation. While we've given up most of the gains from the early morning trade, but there is buying flow or buying interest from larger institutions in today's market. Technically, we're heading into the big resistance of 23,900, so that's the level to watch out for. But because of the expiry and the big concern on reciprocal tariffs, for the next few days, you might see a bit of consolidation on the Nifty. But there is clearly buying interest in individual names, and that outperformance is likely to continue. That's the sense I'm picking up as far as flows are concerned.
What about stocks, Nimesh? What chatter have you picked up?
Well, Rima, so the first on my list is Carborundum Universal. While the stock has gave up most of the gains from the opening trade, but there is buying interest from larger FIs in today's market. So expect very high delivery volumes in Carborundum Universal. That's the first stock. Couple of stocks there is selling pressure. Zomato as well as LIC Housing Finance. Zomato is clearly clearly down 5%, largely on back of very strong selling. So looks like some FIs have turned net sellers again in stocks like Zomato. The third stock is Suzlon. While there was a Motilal Oswal initiating report, I understand there is going to be a small MOC buy as well in Suzlon in today's market. So watch out for delivery volumes there. And the last is a couple of stocks where I mentioned, within the broader market stocks, there is buying interest. JB Chemicals, Hudson Agro, and Grindwell Norton. All three stands out. In a weakish market, these three are buzzing into it. The volumes on the higher side. And there is buying interest from larger FIs in the broader market stocks. And these three names stands out in terms of delivery-based buying.
All right, Nimesh, thank you very much for that. So that's the chatter as Nimesh is picking up at this point in time. Mitesh is back with us.